Hello, everybody. I'm Ed Robinson, and welcome to another exciting edition of At the Rim. This is the program that gets you caught up on anything and everything happening around the NBA. Coming up on this edition of the program, we'll give you the current league leaders and standings, and also we got some interesting stories for you, so stay tuned. Thank you so much, and again, for being a part of the program. I truly appreciate it. I want to start off with my top three storylines. I want to start off talking about Draymond Green. Draymond Green will go down, no doubt, as one of the greatest defensive players in the history of the NBA when it comes to not just his overall defensive play, but also steals, shot blocking, rebounding, his passing. Hey, Draymond isn't a class by himself to be one of the greatest defensive players in the history of the NBA. Not to mention being a part of the great Golden State Warriors dynasty alongside the Splash Brothers, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, right? Four-time NBA champion, four-time NBA All-Star, also a League Defensive Player of the Year, not to mention a two-time Olympic gold medalist. I mean, what more can you say about Draymond, right? I mean, he has done great things when he's in his right mind. However, the other side of the Draymond legacy is that he's been, hey, for better or for worse, he's been the emotional force and the emotional leader of the Golden State Warriors for the right and the wrong reasons. Criticized for his on-court conduct, being physically aggressive, perceived as being dirty, unsportsmanlike, just doing crazy stuff. And if you thought Draymond did some crazy stuff, guess what? During this week, he did another heinous thing. In the game against the Orlando Magic from March the 27th, 8 minutes left into the first quarter, Steph Curry was called for a foul. Draymond, being the emotional leader of the team, stood up for Steph, argued with the referee. Steph and other teammates, they pushed him back to try to calm him down a little bit. Draymond, being Draymond, continued to be overly emotional, continues arguing with the referee, gets called for a second technical, and was automatically ejected from the game. Now, we know about what happened with Draymond back in November. Back in November with the whole Rudy Gobert situation, then in December with the whole Jusuf Nurkic deal in the game against Phoenix, and then also just several days before that with the controversial foul on Patty Mills grabbing him by the neck. Draymond evidently did not learn his lesson during his time away from the game when Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, had suspended him indefinitely. For all of Draymond's accomplishments and what he's done alongside Stephen Klay, alongside head coach Steve Kerr being a part of the dynasty with the Golden State Warriors, he's gotten away with a lot. He hasn't been disciplined, and I don't know what's going on. And you could, for the first time, if you had the chance to watch the video with Draymond after he was ejected from the game, this was the first time that not only did I see it, but even a lot of people saw a visibly frustrated Steph Curry. I mean, it looked as though he had the jersey up to his face, and it looked as though he was wiping tears from his eyes. And this was the first time that we really saw Steph, like, visibly shaken and frustrated. And I don't know what this is going to take. I don't know who or really if anybody has held Draymond accountable during his time in Golden State. Evidently, Adam Silver and you know, the commissioner of the NBA and a lot of the people that work in the league evidently have really refused to really lay the hammer down on Draymond. For all of Draymond's talent, it's being overshadowed by his on-the-court antics, the overly emotional attitude, the unnecessary antics is just ridiculous. Do I think the dynasty is over? I don't think the dynasty is over yet, but there's got to be some questions about making Draymond accountable, and he really hasn't been held accountable since he's been a member of the Warriors. Is he an important piece of the championship puzzle? Yes, he is. Has he been in an important part of the championship puzzle? Of course he has. As I stated earlier, his defense, his rebounding, his passing, his shot blocking. He adds a unique element to that team on the defensive side, being an undersized center. He's only 6'9", but he plays big. And on top of that, he's the emotional leader of the team. But something's got to give, because evidently that suspension that he had, he was gone for almost 2 months. From December maybe to the beginning of February, he was away for a while, and evidently it didn't work. But Draymond, people are just getting tired, man, and you could see Steph's frustration. Steph was visibly frustrated, and that's really the first time not only I've seen it, but a lot of basketball fans have seen Steph Curry be angry, frustrated. They've been through a lot together, and certainly this is just uncalled for. Draymond, he's got to be held accountable. Adam Silver has got to lay the hammer down. I tell you one thing, David Stern, God rest his soul, if David Stern was the commissioner, he would have not allowed this to happen. He would have not allowed Draymond to continue with these antics. It's ridiculous. And Draymond, you got to get better, bro, because I don't know what's going to happen going forward. He's got 3 more years left on his contract, but a lot can happen with management. Management could get fed up, and the Warriors, we're seeing more and more of Kuminga and Podziemski and Moses Moody. It could possibly be a rebuilding, possibly, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. But Draymond is definitely treading on thin ice. My next storyline is going to be the Los Angeles Lakers. So as this show is airing, the Lakers have won 5 in a row. LeBron missed the game, battled an ankle injury. He came back in the game against Memphis on March the 27th, had a triple-double. But Anthony Davis has been tremendous during this current winning streak. D'Angelo Russell has played well. Austin Reeves has played well. Rui Hachimura has played well. And the Lakers are definitely on a mission. Remember, the Lakers want to at least get a higher seed in the play-in tournament. The Lakers have been a team this year that's been topsy-turvy, acey-doocy. They've been a team that's just, just like when we start to figure them out, we don't figure them out. LeBron's in, then he's battling injuries. AD, when he's in, he's one of the best. When he's out of the lineup, things change. But then we see the emergence of a D'Angelo Russell. We see Austin Reeves. We see Rui Hachimura. We see Taurean Prince play some solid basketball as well. Darvin Ham, it's been a roller coaster season for him this year. But right now, for the moment, the Lakers are doing well in this current winning streak. As I stated earlier, the Lakers, if the play-in tournament started today, they would at least get a home game in the play-in tournament. But they want to win more games because they have an opportunity to get a higher seed and maybe take a spot away from Dallas, or maybe take a spot away from New Orleans or Los Angeles. We'll see what has to happen, but it's never a dull moment in the Western Conference. But the Lakers are riding a high right now. LeBron is back in the lineup, and they're trying to get it together to try to get a much higher spot in the play-in tournament, or maybe get a playoff spot. But the Lakers, they're starting to get it together, and they're getting hot at the right time. And for my last storyline is going to be the Houston Rockets. Houston has been on a winning streak since March the 8th. As this show is airing, the Rockets have put up an impressive winning streak. March 8th, they beat Portland. March 10th, beating Sacramento. March 12th, taking care of San Antonio. March 14th, beating Washington. March 16th, a win over Cleveland. March 19th, over Washington. March 21st, beat Chicago. March 23rd, beat Utah. March 25th, beat Portland. And as recent as March 27th, beating the Oklahoma City Thunder. That is a 10-game winning streak. And we talk about Coach of the Year candidates. You got to put Ime Udoka in the mix as well. What a fantastic job he has done with this young Houston Rockets team. Jalen Green has played extremely well. Also, Jabari Smith Jr., Amen Thompson, Jock Landell has played nice as well. Also, you got to give it up for the experienced veteran, Fred VanVleet. He won a title a few seasons ago with the Toronto Raptors. And also, Alperen Sengun has played well as well. So the Rockets, they're right on the heels of getting in the play-in tournament. They have an opportunity to either take Golden State out or maybe take one from the Lakers. I mean, the Western Conference is so topsy-turvy, standings in just a little bit. But my goodness, the Rockets, and can't forget about Dillon Brooks. I talked about Draymond Green being the emotional leader of the Golden State Warriors. Well, Dillon Brooks, he's the emotional leader of the Houston Rockets, but Houston's been balling right now. And again, Ime Udoka in his first year as the head coach of the Houston Rockets definitely should get some strong consideration for Coach of the Year honors. And I tell you what, Houston, I would have not expected this. I thought Houston would do well, but not like this. Not like having this massive winning streak that they're currently on right now. And certainly Houston, kudos to them. They're playing ball right now. Houston, what can you say? They've been balling. There's a lot of young talent. Van Vliet is the experienced vet on the team, and certainly he's doing his part. Ime Udoka has done his part in his first year as head coach of the Houston Rockets. All right, so a couple of news and notes to pass along to you. Adam Silver recently was on another media outlet talking about the possibility of adapting a Team USA versus Team World format for an NBA All-Star game. Hindsight 2020, it sounds nice, but I think the NBA All-Star game, in my opinion, they should just do away with it and just have a 2-day event of All-Star festivities with your three-point shootout, your Rising Stars Challenge, your Skills Challenge, your Celebrity Game, Slam Dunk, whatever, and then they could add more events to the NBA All-Star festivities. Team USA, versus Team World, it sounds nice, but in my opinion, they just need to scrap the All-Star game altogether and just have 2 days devoted to NBA All-Star festivities. I know Silver trying to come up with ways for people to get locked into the NBA All-Star game. I mean, it was fun while it lasted, but I think if you want to maintain your NBA All-Star weekend, you have to have the All-Star events. Maybe just have an All-Star events weekend, and that way it would be really cool. Also incorporate the Celebrity All-Star game, include that as well, and maybe add some more celebrity-style events to the mix as well. But anyway, Adam is working on that. And then also some news to pass along to you as well about what happened with NBA player Jontay Porter. Jontay Porter was the recent player in the league to be involved in an alleged sports betting scandal. It's currently Jontay Porter. He plays for the Toronto Raptors. He's been currently under investigation after sports betting irregularities over the last few months. Now, we've seen it. We've seen issues with sports betting recently in another sport, Major League Baseball, with Shohei Ohtani. And recently, Porter played 4 minutes in a game against the Los Angeles Clippers before leaving the game with an alleged eye injury. And then also there were some unusual circumstances that happened with Porter in recent games, as I mentioned earlier, with the alleged eye injury against the Clippers, and then also too that happened on January the 26th, and then on March the 20th, he only played 3 games before leaving. He only played 3 minutes, on March the 20th against the Sacramento Kings. He only played 3 minutes before leaving the game with an alleged illness. He only collected 2 rebounds in that game against Sacramento on March the 20th. And in the game on January the 26th against the Clippers, he didn't score any points. He only collected 3 rebounds and 1 assist. So the NBA is currently looking into possibilities of an alleged sports betting scandal involving Jontay Porter. DraftKings reported that Porter's prop bets were the #1 moneymaker from that night of March the 20th in the NBA. So the NBA is looking into that. They're doing an investigation. And this is not the first time that the NBA's been involved in the whole sports betting deal. We've seen things happen with referees like Tim Donaghy and players throughout the course of the history of the league and so on and so forth. But Again, we know that sports betting is a money-making thing. It's been lucrative for quite a while now, but that's currently the latest going on in terms of with Toronto Raptors player Jontay Porter. All right, so we're taking care of our news and notes, and now it's time for the current league leaders in the NBA. Let's start off with points per game. The current leading scorer in the NBA representing the Dallas Mavericks, Luka Doncic. He's averaging close to 34 points per game. Coming in at number 2, representing the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. At number 3, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from the Oklahoma City Thunder. At number 4, Kevin Durant from the Phoenix Suns. And at number 5, Jalen Brunson representing the New York Knicks. Next category is rebounds per game. At number 1, representing the Sacramento Kings, Domantas Sabonis. At number 2, from the Minnesota Timberwolves, Rudy Gobert. At number 3, from the Los Angeles Lakers, Anthony Davis. At number 4, Nikola Jokic from the Denver Nuggets. And at number 5, Jalen Duren from the Detroit Pistons. Next category, field goal percentage. At number 1, Daniel Gafford from the Dallas Mavericks. He's shooting 71% from the field. At number 2, representing the Los Angeles Clippers, Ivica Zubac. At number 3, Rudy Gobert. At number 4, representing the Brooklyn Nets, Nick Claxton. At number 5, Jared Allen from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Next category is going to be assists per game. At number 1, Tyrese Halliburton from the Indiana Pacers. He's averaging 11 assists per game. At number 2, Luka Doncic. At number 3, Nikola Jokic. At number 4, representing the Los Angeles Clippers, James Harden. And at number 5, Domantas Sabonis. Next category, steals per game. At number 1, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. At number 2, representing the Sacramento Kings, De'Aaron Fox. At number 3, from the Portland Trail Blazers, Matisse Thybulle. At number 4, representing the Los Angeles Clippers, Kawhi Leonard. And at number 5, representing the Chicago Bulls, Alex Caruso. Next category is going to be blocks per game. At number 1, Victor Wembanyama from the San Antonio Spurs. He's averaging over 3 blocks per game. At number 2, Walker Kessler representing the Utah Jazz. At number 3, Brook Lopez from the Milwaukee Bucks. At number 4, Chet Holmgren from the Oklahoma City Thunder. And at number 5, Anthony Davis from the Los Angeles Lakers. Next category that we have is free throw percentage. Tied for first, Stephen Curry from the Golden State Warriors and Damian Lillard from the Milwaukee Bucks. Followed by Klay Thompson in third from the Golden State Warriors. Next up is Anthony Simons from the Portland Trail Blazers and Bogdan Bogdanovic from the Atlanta Hawks. Next category is going to be three-point percentage. At number 1, Grayson Allen from the Phoenix Suns. He's shooting 47% from three-point range. At number 2, Luke Kennard from the Memphis Grizzlies. He's shooting 45% from three-point range. At number 3, Drew Holiday from the Boston Celtics. At number 4, Norman Powell from the Los Angeles Clippers. And at number 5, Jalen Williams from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Next category that we have is three-point field goals made. Coming in at number 1, Stephen Curry. At number 2, Luka Doncic. At number 3, Dante DiVincenzo from the New York Knicks. At number 4, Klay Thompson. And at number 5, Paul George from the Los Angeles Clippers. Last category that we have is minutes played. We have a tie for first place in minutes played. We have Miles Bridges from the Charlotte Hornets, and then we also have DeMar DeRozan from the Chicago Bulls. And then tied for third, Luka Doncic and Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese is from the Philadelphia 76ers. And in fifth is Kevin Durant. And that takes care of our league leaders currently in the NBA. Let's move along now to the current standings in the regular season for the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. Starting off in the Eastern Conference, in first place, the Boston Celtics. They have clinched the Eastern Conference. Current record 57-16. Coming in second place are the Milwaukee Bucks with a record of 46-27. In third are the New York Knicks with a record of 44-28. In fourth are the Cleveland Cavaliers with a record of 44-29. Followed by in fifth place the Orlando Magic. And in sixth place are the Indiana Pacers. In 7th are the Miami Heat, followed in 8th by the Philadelphia 76ers. In 9th place are the Chicago Bulls, and in 10th place are the Atlanta Hawks. And then rounding out the rest of the conference, in 11th are the Brooklyn Nets, in 12th place the Toronto Raptors, followed by Charlotte, Washington, and Detroit. We move over now to the Western Conference, where it's dog-eat-dog and never a dull moment. In first place are the Denver Nuggets, currently with a record of 51-22. Followed in second place are the Minnesota Timberwolves, and in third place are the Oklahoma City Thunder. In fourth place are the Los Angeles Clippers. In fifth place are the New Orleans Pelicans. In sixth place are the Dallas Mavericks. And then in seventh, we have the Phoenix Suns. In eighth are the Sacramento Kings. And then we have the two California teams, well, the other California teams, I should say. In ninth place are the Los Angeles Lakers, and in 10th are the Golden State Warriors. And then we have in 11th place, very close, the Houston Rockets. And then rounding out the rest of the standings, in 12th place are the Utah Jazz, followed by Memphis, Portland, and San Antonio. All right, now let's give you the schedule for the most important games that's going to be coming up. Let's start off with some big ones coming up on Sunday, March the 31st. Got a great game out in Denver between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Denver Nuggets. Also, we got an intriguing game between the Oklahoma City and the New York Knicks. Followed by on Monday, April the 1st, got a good one between the Brooklyn Nets and the Indiana Pacers, and then the Phoenix Suns going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Tuesday, April the 2nd, we've got an intriguing one, the continuing rivalry in the New York and Miami rivalry between the Knicks and the Heat. It was never a dull moment back in the day, and it definitely won't be a dull moment now. Always fun to watch the Knicks and the Heat continue to play. Followed by the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then we have the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Golden State Warriors, and then the Los Angeles Clippers going up against the Sacramento Kings. Wednesday, April the 3rd, got a good one between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Boston Celtics, followed by the Orlando Magic and the New Orleans Pelicans. And then we have the Toronto Raptors against the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Phoenix Suns. Thursday, April the 4th, a good one down in Miami between the 76ers and the Heat. Also in New York, a good one between the Sacramento Kings and the New York Knicks. And then we have the Denver Nuggets going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. On Friday, April the 5th, got a really good one between the Sacramento Kings and the Boston Celtics, also followed by the New York Knicks and the Chicago Bulls. Then we have the Golden State Warriors going up against the Dallas Mavericks. A really good one between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Phoenix Suns. Saturday, April the 6th, we've got the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Also got a good one between the Atlanta Hawks and the Denver Nuggets. And there you have it. That's going to do it for another exciting edition of the program. Until next time, everybody, I'm Ed Robinson saying so long, you take care, and be safe. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Remember to click like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.